What's up, everybody? We are back with episode number 288.
And we're getting close to 3.
John, you missed it. You missed your
Dude,
opportunity.
I don't have enough fingers anymore. I gave up. I just gave up. 288, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
I remember when we had 100 and I thought, oh my gosh, that's a lot of episodes. And then 200 and I'm thinking, well, I didn't think we'd make it to 200, but here we are almost 300. So
almost 300. Yep. So fantastic. So we've got a lot to talk about. So let's get right into the show. Let's get through. You got any shout outs, Kevin?
Yeah, I got a CD from this band called what is it? Paladin from the early 70s. Some progressive rock. This is actually a 2 CD set. It has their first album and the Charge album on here, which is I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but really good progressive rock. These guys, I believe they're out of the US, but this came out 2023. If you like early 70s progressive rock, these guys are really good.
Cool. Love it. Steve?
Yeah, just shout out to all the government workers that are working without pay right now.
Yeah, that sucks. I got a message from a guy who works for the government. He's like, man, I can't even buy any records. He was all pissed. Anyhow, Carcass, got any shout outs before we get into it?
yeah, in fact, I got something for Kevin. Normally I would I'd wait and just text him later, but there's a band. I worked at Born Late on Friday, and man, digging through 50 or 60,000 records, you always find stuff that you never. I mean, I don't profess to know everything about music, but anyway, this one's for you, Kevin. It's called Marsupilami.
Marsupilami
From 1971. It's a prog masterpiece. The album's called Arena. I'll send you the.
I think I've heard the name, and I might be familiar with that album. If I see the cover, then I'll know the band. But
okay, it's Marsupilami, and the cover. I don't know. You probably can't see this. Cover looks something like that.
Hard to see. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'll send it to you. But anyway, shout out to County Line Records that's broadcasting our Metal Roundtable while it's on, and then Born Late. They've been and shout out to John Perez. I hope he heals up. He had hernia surgery 10 days ago, and man, that's a rough one. I told him it would be tough coming back from that, but he's superhuman and played sports in high school and all that, and thinks that he's still 20 years old, but he's not.
It's hard for your brain to not process that anymore.
Right. So shout out to him. Hope he heals up and he's back, because man, that shift on Friday is brutal. I need to have him come back. I'm kind of sitting in his stead and for until he comes back. But
I feel like you're working more now than before you were retired.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I retired so I could do some things that I like. And believe me, I like working at a record store. Okay, that's not an issue. But I think I've filed. See, one day I bagged up about 30 posters and filed about 5,000 records. It just, I know the alphabet sideways, forward, from the middle, inside and out. So anyway,
well, at least you found a gem in the stack, though. That Mark.
Yeah, and who knows how long it's been there? He's been open for 7.5 years, almost 8.
I had that happen to me one time. This guy up in Fargo, he had in the back, he had like 100,000 albums, and he never put any of them out in the front. One day he let me back there. I mean, I could have spent probably 2 weeks going through stuff, but
yeah,
I did find a couple gems, but you really got to go through the crap.
Yeah, there's a lot to wade through, and if I ever see another Billy Joel Glass Houses, please just go ahead and put me out of my misery. But there seems to be a plethora of those out there in the wild. But anyway, you just never know what you find. That's what I love about shopping at an actual record store. I know online is the trend, and that's how companies like No Life Till Metal and Roxx Records and Bill gets their product out there, and I love it. The fact that they're distributing through major outlets and stores and so forth. And
I'm seeing it in stores all the time now. I always take like a step back when I see one of the records out in the stores.
It's great. It's great when it filters down to the independent shops too. That's a real sign that it's working. But
we're trying.
But anyway, other than
all you can do.
Other than the normal stuff, I don't have any shout outs other than to those guys. And Henry just got back from doing 4 shows with the Legion of Doom. Those are remnants of Trouble, The Skull, Corrosion of Conformity, The Obsessed. It's like a super stoner doom rock super group. And they played some of the cities that we played when we were on the road with Pentagram, and had, in fact, I don't know if they played Atlanta, but they played Nashville at that same place that Pentagram played. So anyway, we, he came back and had stories to tell, of course. He really likes playing with those guys because they're all super pro and just love, they don't get out that much, so they love playing. And when they do, they put their heart into it.
Absolutely.
Not that Tony and Scooter and Bobby don't, but different vibe.
Before we get to you, Bill, I'm going to show this one real quick. So I talked, I think, a couple weeks ago about 6 Feet Under, and that we were talking about their whole the series that they do called Graveyard Classic, where they cover other bands, and I love 1 and 3. 2 is okay. It's just the one I never listened to. I didn't realize there was a 4. Did you? Anybody?
I have 4. Yeah.
It's
4.
terrible. I mean, it's terrible packaging, and that's it.
Oh wait, maybe it's 3.
What is it?
3.
It's all Priest and Maiden covers.
Yeah, I don't have that one.
So it's got Nightcrawler, Starbreaker, Genocide, Invader, and Never Satisfied from Priest, Murders in the Rue Morgue, Prowler, Flash of the Blade, The Evil That Men Do, Strangers in Strangeland, and Total Eclipse from Maiden.
That's 6 Feet Under cover?
That's 6 Feet Under.
I would have never guessed if I didn't even,
Well, the packaging sucks. They don't even have the name on the front cover. And it's literally just one of these. This is the release.
Like
this
a
is
slip cover, ain't it?
What's that?
Basically just a slip cover almost.
Yeah, it's cheap. Metal Blade put this out, and that's the packaging. It's no
I
wonder
see a lot of that from a lot of bands just doing the minimal that they can get away with. 6-song EPs, stuff like that.
Yeah, they're saving the planet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. They're saving themselves. They can't afford to do it, so they're saving themselves money. But in any case, I listened to it today. I cranked it up, and the music is fantastic. If you don't like his vocals, you won't like this. But I like his vocals on these cover songs. So anyhow, I just thought that was kind of neat. But
as long as it's not Black and Black.
No, that's
two, right?
That was number 2. Yeah, number 1 is coming out on vinyl soon. Might be a record store day release. I'm not 100% sure yet. And then 3 just came out on vinyl. This one has never been released on vinyl or a decent CD. So anyhow,
hey, does that Legions of Doom? Do they have any physical product out, an album, a CD, or something? I'll check them out.
Yeah, they got a 7-inch and they've got a full-length record out.
Nice, gotta check those out.
And in fact, I know a guy that knows a guy that can probably get you one.
Nice.
Because I work for the drummer, so part-time, of course, just helping out.
You're never going to get paid if you keep getting records, though.
Yeah, that's true, because records don't pay the rent, do they? God.
Yeah. Do you have any shout-outs you want to say, Bill, before we get into the POW?
I know I'm a guest, but would I be overstepping if I gave 2?
No, go whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to say.
All right. First one will be real quick. If anyone happens to be out there in the LA area this weekend, Fear Not is playing at the Whiskey this Saturday night. If you can make it out there, so it's going to be a good show. Fun at the Whiskey. There's 5 bands playing, but for the life of me, I can only remember Fear Not.
Fear Not. Are they the headliners?
They're opening for another band from the '90s that's doing a reunion, and I cannot remember their name because they were more of a poppier band, but Fear Not is the second to the headliner, so they're going on like around 9:30, 10 o'clock.
Cool.
And then
Great
second
band.
shout out would be to you, Scott. Just want to call you out for there would be no Roxx or no Life Till Metal without everything you do to help keep those labels going for me. So big shout out to you.
Thank you.
There you go.
Yes. My favorite part of the show. Well, sort of. Okay. Rock pick of the week and metal pick of the week. I think you're going to like them both. In fact, I see that one Tex Duncan has joined our throng of listeners. He who is the vocalist. Oh, no. He's the vocalist for Creeper, man. Come on.
I know, I'm just kidding.
He's family. Okay. My rock pick of the week. Once again, I've been on a bender with 70s rock, and I introduced my, I don't know what she would be. She's my cousin's daughter, so she calls me Uncle John. I don't know why, but whatever, that works. So I introduced her to some 70s rock, and this is on her next on her list of things to get. Robin Trower live.
Oh, yeah.
This for live albums, this thing is absolutely sensational. Is it made in Japan? Pretty close. It's pretty dang close. I would put this right up there as a close second or a close, maybe even a first on some days. But anyway, Robin Trower live is an essential record that every metalhead needs. And here we go. My rock pick of, or my metal pick of the week. Doggone it. Creeper, crushing, gotta have it. And if you don't get it at the show on Friday, they're having a CD release party at Backstreet here in Keller, Texas on Friday, and they're going to have Halloween costumes and whatever. But anyway, the CD will be available. Who knows if the vinyl will get there on time, but we can only cross our fingers, our bony, creepy skeleton fingers. But Creeper, this thing sounds phenomenal. Scott, you did a great job. And I noticed that the layout for the CD is different than the album, and I got a little freaked out at first, but it still looks killer. I'm so glad we went with green instead of red, and we muted some things and made it look even better. So I'm glad we had that discussion. But this thing is absolutely brilliant. In fact, they're starting to get some real traction on some of these. In fact, that what was it? Metal Devastation in Puerto Rico gave them a real raving review, and it's not just because they're family and friends, but because it's true. This thing really is that good. So it's not it's not traditional heavy metal, but it's heavy metal, and it's heavy. So
yeah.
Anyway,
I keep telling everybody it's overkill meets Pantera.
Yeah. And I noticed that when that guy said that the vocals are Testament-like with a little vinegar, I thought, I'm going to go back and listen to it, which I did, and he's spot on. So, rock pick of the week, Robin Trower live. Metal pick of the week, Creeper.
Sorry, I jumped the gun. Okay, we are back, and let's get into the topic now. So we're basically going to be talking about some of our favorite releases from 2025. We brought on Bill Roxx. For those who don't know him, Bill is from Roxx Records, No Life Till Metal Records. He's basically the owner of both of those labels. So I'm sure he'll show some of the Roxx No Life Till Metal stuff as part of his. And you're more than welcome to pimp your own product. So anyhow, I do it all the time on the show. So.
I was sitting here debating. I'm like, man, there's so much stuff I've been listening to, but a lot of times with the label, you get stuck listening to all your own stuff. So I could probably sit here and show our own stuff all day long, but I'm going to try and be biased and show you some other stuff.
I was going to say, Bill, I thought, now I know where Scott gets it when we say, well, let's show some of our favorite releases. And you had this stack of CDs on the one side. I thought, because Scott never has 10 or 5. He always has 25 or 100. So... Anyway,
yeah,
we'll just do clock like as usual. And usually I'm just going to start this time because usually I just have someone else start. But I got to show this record because it is absolutely freaking brilliant. And I've only had it for a week and have played it 3 times already, maybe 4. But the New Coroner.
Yeah,
this is Dissonance Theory. This thing is fantastic, man. It's very
my record of the year.
It's very Celtic Frost-ish, but it still sounds like old Corner too. Of course, Celtic Frost and Corner always had that connection anyhow. But yeah, it's really good. I'm kind of surprised they didn't put the logo down here though on the thing. It's like the only release that doesn't have the little logo on the bottom on the strip.
That's on my want list.
It's good, and it's not real expensive right now because it's Century Media, so you can get it on Amazon fairly inexpensively. I think it was only like $24 for the vinyl. The CD was ridiculously expensive, but the vinyl.
To me, it seems like Amazon prices have been lower than a lot of the bigger labels sometimes.
Sometimes,
Yeah.
But anyhow, I mean, if you like Corner, I don't think you're going to be disappointed with that one. So,
when it goes, what's cool about it is it goes back to the earlier sound. Towards the end with Grin and stuff, they were getting super progressive, and this is just really killer technical thrash, a la the first couple albums. And man, it's it's kind of like somebody said it's as big a comeback album as Carcass Surgical Steel was, where they just came back with a ripper. It's one of the best comeback records in a long time.
Oh yeah, the CD is a double. It's got the old demos on there. That's why they're charging $25 for the plus shipping for the CD. So that's why I didn't buy the CD. So the vinyl was cheaper, and it might have only been like $20. I can't remember now, but it was, much cheaper.
The only criticism I heard about that record is that it's a little slower than anticipated. And I'm like, I haven't heard the whole thing yet, but I did see them at Hell's Heroes, and I thought they were amazing.
Yeah, there was a hey, what's up, Brother Lee? Brother Lee checking in from Canada.
Geddy Lee?
Not Geddy Lee.
Oh, okay.
Brother Lee. Brother Lee.
Lee,
wish. Otherwise known as the Noise Spectrum. He's an old school VCer.
Nice.
In any case, yeah, it's not super speedy, but like I said, it's more along the lines of like a Celtic Frost. But it's really, really well done. It was one that I immediately put back on again. I played it once. The next day, I wanted to play it again. So yeah, it's good. Anyhow, you're up, Kev.
This new Atomic Rooster.
It's new?
Brand new.
They
got a new album out.
About 2 weeks ago.
Holy smokes.
Absolutely a killer CD. Definitely goes back to the old early 70s Rooster.
I was
Heavy
gonna-
on the keys. Fantastic stuff. It is on vinyl, but the vinyl is really pricey. This was actually decent price. Maybe, I think it was like $18-19 at the time. But yeah, brand new. Not much as far as, pretty plain. But
well, they need the
definitely
Scott
check it
treatment
out.
on that.
This is really good. So,
Yeah, Bill,
really surprised me.
Our fans are spoiled, man. We give them incredible packaging.
That's true.
You're up, Stevie.
So since you already took the Coroner, I'm sure we're going to do that to each other a couple times. I'm actually going to talk about one I don't have the physical copy yet. I ordered the LP and it hasn't come. The new River of Nile record is a 10-star record. I didn't really like their last record. Where Owls Know Their Name, the album before that was my album of the year it came out. This new album is right up there. If you like progressive death metal, it doesn't get much better.
What's the name of the album?
Like they had on a couple albums ago, but man, again, it's a 10-star record. Definitely worth checking out.
And what was the name of the album again? Sorry.
Nile. It's self-titled.
Oh, okay.
Rivers of Nihil.
Yep, John.
Well, typical me, I made a list of and so because I thought for sure Scott would pull 40 releases, but so as I look down my list, probably the standouts for me would be Avenger of Blood, Revenge Is My Name, and then probably we had a local band here from Denton called Bleed that put out a full-length record. They're kind of like a shoegaze band that meets heavy metal. They're really good. And then probably my record of the year is going to be a Russian band that's jazz grindcore. It's called Bio Noise Generator Subliminal Dives. But those are top three.
Did you
that
end
I
up
have.
liking that Royal Triumphant?
What's that?
Did you end up liking that Imperial Triumphant? Did you check it out?
Imperial Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I did like that. I've been into some. I've been into some very eclectic stuff, and I've been steeped back in the 70s again. I don't know what. I mean, you guys all go through it too, where you just listen to Voivod on end, and you don't care which album it is, and then you go back and listen to Ted Nugent, Aerosmith, Cheap Trick, then Lizzie, and then for some reason then it's more Tifram and Blood Incantation. But anyway, those are three that stand out, and I have like a list of like 50. But
Okay.
I won't bore you with that.
We'll get
Go
through
ahead,
it.
Bill.
We'll come around to you again. So you're up, Bill. What you got for us?
Oh man, Scott, you know what a huge Sabbath and Ozzy fan I am. So I'll tell you, it's not new, but I've been revisiting all the classic Black Sabbath albums like nonstop. Probably every day I've been listening to something from all those classic Ozzy albums since he passed. Just floods of emotions going through my past Black Sabbath and Ozzy life there. But for new releases, I've been loving the. Oh yeah, nice. I've been loving the New Testament. But I couldn't find it, and I realized why. It's in my car. I apologize. But that brand New Testament album, I'm sure you guys have
I'll
heard.
show it for you. It's right there.
Oh, there you go. Yep. I am loving that album. Kind of a classic return for me to them too. I mean, it sounds like definitely early older school Testament style.
Okay, I'm gonna have to actually give it a whirl.
This is growing on me every listen. I mean, it's gotten better.
Yeah, it took me 3 listens to really begin to like it. The first listen, it was like I just kind of maybe it just became background noise. I just didn't pay attention to it.
I
But
think
the
the
second,
back
third,
half of
fourth
it's
listen-
slower though than the first half. I think it slows down a little bit though in the back half of the album.
But they do get into
It's still
some.
a good album. Really,
They
it's
still
really
get into some. They get into some death metal and black metal influences on that album too. But it's not prominent like it takes over the whole album. But you could definitely hear the influences on there. So
right.
Nice.
yep, you're already getting some people agreeing with you on the Testament. We need to bring Shannon on. he'll take care of that for us.
No, we already know where the balance would lie on that guy.
Well, I'm going to show one that I just recently received, and everybody on here knows these guys. But this is a new Hellstar. Put it over here so you can see it.
Yeah, I couldn't find that online.
The Devil's
Other than
Masquerade.
Europe.
It is freaking fantastic, man. James Rivera has not lost his edge at all, man. That dude can sing. Yeah, this thing is heavy, fast. I mean, I won't call it thrash, but it's definitely got some speed metal influence on it. So,
Aren't they? What
Who gets-
label is that? Are they on the Massacre?
Massacre, yeah.
Yeah, that's hard to find over here on vinyl. I know what the CD is even.
Yeah, I only found it in Europe. I tried to find a copy in the U.S.
Yeah,
Nobody
it's
had it.
hard.
Well,
A lot of stuff is hard to get nowadays over here.
Hellstar doesn't lose a step, or Rivera doesn't lose a step because he just keeps singing. I mean, he's got all these projects, the Sabbath, Judas Sabbath, and he's got the James Rivera Metal Review, and he's got all these things. So he keeps his voice in shape. And when it comes to recording, he's in a very comfortable place because he goes over to Larry's house, and Larry's got this really killer studio over there and great equipment, and they just knock it out of the park, and then they send it to Rob, and then the rest is history.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send you guys a link where there's a few vinyl copies in the U.S.
Okay.
I'd say it online, but then they disappear and you wouldn't get one because it looks like there's only 3 copies left. So anyhow, who's next?
I pre-ordered this. I didn't want to initially, but I heard one track off of this new Wings of Steel. If you're into like 80s heavy metal, Judas Priest, except with the melodic vocals, this one just came out, and this is by far their best one. I have the previous two. They're out of LA. This is actually an indie release, but they are actually on the High Roller label. So there's 2 different pressings, but I mean, the covers are basically the same. And I thought that was odd when I got this one, but this was a pre-order. Like I say, they're out of LA. Definitely have that old school heavy metal sound.
Nice.
Right on. Steve, you're up again.
Well,
let's go ahead and go with another favorite. Oh, actually, before we do that, let's get this one out of the way since I'm sure a couple people have it. This has been one of my heavy rotations since it came out earlier this year, and we've talked about it a bunch. I saw one of the members in his other band a couple nights ago. But let's go with
Yes, that's in my pile for
Iron
sure.
Jaw Cursed.
Man, I was going there next.
Yeah, because we've all talked about these guys pretty regularly this year. So go ahead and get that knocked out.
Definitely. Yeah, there you go. This one, I spun this thing so many times, it's ridiculous.
Yep.
Yeah, I just think it's a fantastic album. Those guys did. I like the first album a lot too. I would love to see the first album come out on vinyl, but that second album, I don't know, man. They just figured something out, I guess.
To another level. Yep.
Yep.
Well, they've been a unit. They've been the same band for, with no adjustments for now a long, almost 2 years. And I think that makes a huge difference. And they practice. And I think they get better every time we see them live. I just think they get even better. Not that they were bad before, but it's you can just see it when bands are meshing together and doing their thing. But anyway, I mean,
I agree.
I would prefer Gamma Side, but we're comparing apples and oranges instead of whatever. But,
yep, we're getting some Iron Jaw love
in my lungs from that Gamma Side.
Somebody had mentioned Grave Ripper.
Yeah. Tony Clem.
This is really good.
You're up again, John.
Oh, okay. Well, once again, I just brought a list, and so I get a pen out because I've got some recommendations for you. There's a band, all-girl band from the North Carolina called Castrator, which is kind of funny, and it's called Coronation of the Grotesque. It's heavy, ripping death metal a la. It's got a Swedish tone to it, but a lot of speed. It's kind of swampy, like the Florida death metal, like the Malevolent Creation Obituary from the early days. Clairvoyance is a Polish band called and the album's Chasm of Immurement. That's really good. And then Corpus Ophal is another Greek band, and they just released a self-titled record, and it is absolutely crushingly heavy.
Nice. Go check that one out.
I have some of that too, if you want.
What was that? Where'd that come from?
I don't know. You and your toys.
No, I'm not touching anything right now. I thought it was somebody. I thought it was coming through somebody's phone or something. You're up again, Bill. What you got for us?
Well, I will plug one more time because that's exactly where I was going. Was this the first half of this year? I don't think this came out of my CD player for a few weeks because I just couldn't. I kept wanting more songs. I was like, "There's only 7 songs. We need more." So
did I hear that the vinyl's almost sold out on that?
Yeah, almost gone. Iron Jaw vinyl's almost gone.
And did you run a full 1,000 or was it less?
That one we only did 300.
Okay,
300.
No, I think we only did
200.
We did 200
or 300.
Yeah, somewhere in there, 250, 300, somewhere in that area. But anyhow, yeah, they're almost gone.
Since they covered that one, I'll go to Reign of Glory. Mark Boyles, Scott and I have done. Is that where you're going next?
It was, but I got plenty, so don't worry about it.
We've got Mark on this and also on Soul Sign. We did 2 releases with him this year. Man, his vocals are just still spot on to me. This Reign of Glory, traditional heavy metal. It's been another one that's been playing a lot in my rotation.
Same here. Lately. And surprisingly, I found out that Mark wrote all the lyrics. Mark Bowles did.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, he actually wrote some liner notes. I can't remember. It's in the release somewhere, but he talks about how proud his mom is of him because of this release. She's always wanted him to do a release like that. So it was really kind of a cool little tribute in there to his mom. Nice. But yeah, that's one of my favorite albums of the year too. It's fantastic. Just good old school hard rock heavy metal. I don't know how else you would describe it. Oh, it's me again, huh? I'm gonna go with a band that everybody knows that I love, but I can't seem to get everybody else to like them as much as I do, but Patriarchs in Black.
Oh yeah, that is a good one.
This is their new album. There it is. You can get this thing on. I bought mine super cheap. It was like under $15 when I bought it on
I bought
Amazon.
This one, and I bought this one.
Yep,
for like $30 for the 2 of them.
Yeah,
That's
so
a good deal.
I really do think Home is their best their best album yet. It's really fantastic. So
Can we let the cat out of the bag on something, Scott?
heck
or is
yeah!
that
Matter of fact,
too
I'm going to
early?
lead in with this. So
Okay.
they also released this year, which is the Patriarchs in Black, Covered in Black. Let me take it out here so you can see it better. EP, which had 5 cover songs and 1 original track on there, and they did Destroyer by Twisted Sister, Games Without Frontiers. They did a Doom version of Games Without Frontiers by Peter Gabriel. Fantastic. They do Kiss, Rock Bottom. They do Motorhead, The Chase is Better Than the Catch, and Led Zeppelin, Friends, and then a song called My Veneration, which is an original. But in February, it's probably going to go on sale in December. You can correct me if I'm wrong, Bill. But the full-length Patriarchs in Black, completely covered in blood, is coming out with a new album cover, and it is 11 cover songs. The vinyl has an exclusive. The vinyl has an exclusive cover, exclusive bonus track. The CD has 3 bonus tracks that won't be on the vinyl. So the bonus track on the vinyl won't be on the CD. And then
we were going back and forth with the guys, and they knew I was a big Sabbath fan. So man, that Sabbath song is like the heaviest I've ever heard. That Sabbath song.
Yeah, Super Czar is one of the songs that's going to be on there. But there is a couple songs that were on the EP, but the EP is going to mostly be songs that are not available on the new CD or the full length. So to get all the songs, you have to get the EP, the CD, and the vinyl. So, and that's not, we didn't do that to like make people buy them all. It was totally the band wanted to get all that stuff out there, and we couldn't fit everything on the vinyl. It was just too much. It would have had to been a double vinyl. So
we've
matter of fact,
we've had Dan Lorenzo on the show before. It's also
nice.
Is it John Kelly on drums?
Yeah, John Kelly. Yeah, we'll have John.
Who was in
Dan on again. I talked to him already.
Danzig. He's been in like 40 different bands. He's another guy. He's like Henry.
And he's still in bands. He's still playing with Quiet Riot.
I was going to say Quiet Riot is the most recent.
But anyhow, I don't know. I love that band, and I'm super excited about the new album coming out in February. I can guarantee it won't be $15 on Amazon though, because it's coming out on No Life Till Metal Records, which is, like I said, the label that Bill owns. So there you go. Yeah, I'm excited about that one. But yeah, Patriarchs in Black. I love that band. I just love that heavy Sabbathy stoner vibe that they have, and
yeah, good stuff.
But they don't sound like Sabbath either. They just have that vibe, Anyhow, you're up again, Kev.
All right, one of my favorites, of course.
Oh yeah, that was in my pile too.
Forbidden Morals. A lot of people have this, been showing it. Very good reviews. Definitely, technically phenomenal album. I mean, the 2 guitar players, Gabe and Dan, just meshed together so good. I mean, they have great solos, and I mean, I remember the early days where you had a lot of solos from guitar players, and lately you haven't really seen that up until maybe now again. But I mean, off and on you do. But these 2 guys, you go watch their Keep It True Festival appearance there. I think they were there this year. Probably the best live show I've seen them do of all the shows I've watched from them. Fantastic show. But yeah, definitely check. I got actually the red version. I do have the black version as well. And they're on the Shadow Kingdom label.
Yep. Again, Steve.
So I've talked about this a couple times. John went on tour with the band. Got to see him, hang out with the band for the day, and I've been playing this nonstop since it came out. I think it's the best album that the band's released, personally. But Lightning in a Bottle from Pentagram, this is just fantastic. If you guys haven't checked this out, highly recommend grabbing that one.
It's a good one.
Yeah,
I've heard it.
I got it too. I really want to get that. Yeah. I really want to get that other version. That one you have. I have the pink version. I want the green version.
Yeah, there's a couple extra tracks that are worth having. And rumor has it there's even more songs ready to be recorded.
Greetings from Brazil.
I wonder when that's going to happen.
My wife's there right now.
Okay, this one's for Kev. I got Death Hammer's new Crimson Dawn, ripping Norwegian thrash 2-piece. and then I'm just going to throw these out there: Decrepacy, Deific, Mourning, not mourning like this morning, but like I'm crying. And then Disembodiment, Spiral Carpets, and then a really eclectic band. You might want to check this out: Floating from Sweden.
Floating?
It's Floating. It's it's shoegaze, technical death metal thrash.
Yeah, that's
And,
I think you're just saying genres at this point.
No, it's not quite as weird as Bio Noise Generator, but it's really cool. There's a lot of ambience to it, ripping playing, and it's really good. And the Swedes are kind of bizarre people when it comes to music anyway. They go all sorts of different directions, and they just didn't wait for their second, third, and fifth albums. They just went ahead and just said, we're going to mix all these genres together, and so that's the one that's most recommended. That they're on Transcending Obscurity Records out of California. But
I've heard of that label.
Yeah, Floating, Hesitating Lights, they're really, really good. The other bands are, of course, Death Hammer is a ripping thrash band, and Decrepacy and Disembodiment are brutal death metal. But for something a nice change of pace, that Floating is highly recommended.
Didn't that Death Hammer that just came out, didn't it?
Came out 2 weeks ago. Yep.
I've been seeing it around on Facebook a lot.
Good luck finding it. I went ahead and just downloaded it because the record was import only, and it was the record was $18 or $28 plus $18 shipping, and I just said, "Yep." It's kind of like that new Mahazian.
There's so much good thrash out there right now. I mean, it's just crazy.
Yeah. Well, that's a good one. There's no, I thought they got a little too polished and technical on their last two records, and this one's a fallback. It's not quite Forever Ripping Fast, which is my favorite, but man, it's a ripper. You will dig it. I at least download it off of Bandcamp because it's worth having.
Helm of Hades said that that Void album is fantastic. The record reminds me of a combination of Neverland era Annihilator and Twisted into Form Forbidden.
Yeah,
that's not a bad description. I always say that they kind of reminded me of like Toxic and Realm and Agent Steel and that kind of sound,
which is also a good review on that.
Oh, good, yeah, you bet.
You're up again, Bill.
So I'm going to go with a classic guy that put out a new album this year with his band, and I actually just saw them live a little over a week ago, opening for Judas Priest, and that was Alice Cooper.
Oh, Alice Cooper was so good live.
I got this new but he didn't. I thought he would do. I guess because this isn't really his. This is a classic band, right? The Revenge of Alice Cooper.
The original members, yeah. He
didn't really do anything from this, but I mean, he did his classic. I mean, I've seen him a dozen or two times, and he always puts on an amazing show. Nita Strauss is a great guitarist. She's always at I'm also a diehard Rams fan, so she's also the on-hand guitarist at the stadium where the Rams play. But I had to get the European box set. This is actually a CD box set that came with an exclusive 7-inch, an art print, the CD, and a T-shirt. But yeah, I've been really enjoying it. Return to his old school days.
Yeah, it's a good album.
I still haven't even opened it. I've got it sitting right there.
I got one that I haven't shown before that I really like, but this one's for Damien Hair Metal. I thought he might. I'm kind of curious what he thinks of this album, but this is the new Love Hate from, and I say newest, but it's been out for months. I've had this thing for probably 6 months, but it's Punk Rock Fiesta, brand new album from.
I picked that up. It's really good. I like Jizzy.
I didn't know Love Hate was still around.
It's Jizzy Pearl. None of the other guys are original. I mean, he's the main guy in the band.
I wish they would repress those first two records to vinyl.
Right? Yeah. So do I. But anyhow. It's a good record. It's very much in that style. So if you like that style, it's very good. It's not. He wasn't trying to reinvent the wheel. He was trying to stick to the to that sleazy LA style of heavy metal. Like, I don't know.
It definitely threw me for a loop. When I read the title, Punk Rock Fiesta. I was thinking, is he trying to do some punk cover songs or going a different direction? But yeah, you're right. It's definitely the old sleazy, old school Love Hate feel.
Yeah, I always try and have a hard time comparing them to somebody, but Dirty Looks is the first one that comes to mind. Maybe Dangerous Toys, Broken Teeth, that kind of stuff. So
I also think he's also the best vocalist that Quiet Riot's had since after Kevin Dubrow. I know he's been in and out of Quiet Riot, but I think Jizzy does the songs justice. He's a really good vocalist.
Is there anybody in Quiet Riot that actually was with Quiet Riot when they started?
Today, Rudy Sarzo. I just saw them earlier this year, and Rudy Sarzo's back with the lineup.
Oh, is he
and,
back with him? He was gone for a while.
Yeah, yeah. And
They had that kid from American Idol. He sounded really good too.
he was pretty good. Jizzy's definitely out there now. And then also Chuck Wright is back with them, which wasn't the classic lineup, but he was with them for a while in the was it the 90s, I think, and he was with them for a while.
Oh, I guess you're up again, Kev.
Another kind of obscurity here. Hog, and they're kind of on the Riding Easy label, if you're familiar with that label. I mean, they kind of cater to the psychedelic, hard rock, stoner. And this is the debut from Hog, Black Hole. Definitely psychedelic, heavy, psychedelic blues. I don't know. It's hard to describe who they sound like. They have their own sound, basically. But I mean, it's just one of those albums that you need to pick up. I mean, it really grows on you. And Riding Easy has these bands that are kind of not a lot of people know them, but if you know Riding Easy, you know the bands.
Damien Hair Metal answered back and said he likes the new Love Hate album, but it doesn't beat the first two. It's kind of hard to beat the nostalgia of those
records from the late '80s. You know,
it's kind of hard to beat that. So, but I still think it's a good album.
In their 60s now.
And then Peter Steele fan said, "Don't forget Johnny Kelly." Yeah, Johnny Kelly plays drums for Quiet Riot. I don't know if you missed it earlier, Peter Steele, but we were talking about Peter Steele fan. Yeah,
that's
but we were talking about his. We're talking about Patriarchs in Black. That's Johnny Kelly's band. So look who's here.
He's back. Good thing
he's
we
back.
already talked about Testament.
Avenger of Blood.
You can keep it PG-13 because we've already talked about it.
Yeah. All right, you're up again, Steve.
Yeah, another band that I saw a couple months ago that just killed the stage. They opened for Satan, and honestly, I thought they did better. I mean, I thought Satan just wasn't as good after Haunt left the stage. But the new album Ignite from Haunt, probably my second favorite from the band, and this is what their
release
6th or 7th record, and it's just fantastic.
Yeah. I agree.
Trevor Church is he's just killing it, you know. He hasn't had a release that I haven't really dug. And like I said,
what's the name of the album?
Way up there. Ignite.
Yeah. It's
I already have a copy for you, Scott. Like I said, I accidentally ordered 2 copies of it. So
right on.
I'm gonna have to circle back on them.
I think the guitars are a little bit more heavier on that release there than their previous 3 or 4.
Yeah, it's
I was surprised. I mean, I really did. I mean, the last few kind of were iffy, and I mean, there were good areas of the albums, but this one by far is their best in a while.
Man, I just
Frozen in Time is or was that the name of the record? Frozen in Time.
Yeah.
Or Burst into Flames. I'm sorry. Was one of my favorites. This is right up there with it. And they played a couple songs from this when I saw them, so I knew what was coming. But again, if you get a chance to see them, they're where are they from? Are they a California band or a Chicago band?
They're from California, West Coast.
Okay, yeah. They play a lot out there. They don't hit the East Coast too often. But man, it was them and Hitton came in from Spain.
Hitton, huh?
And wow. Hitton was really good too. Hitton is like over the top 80s though, kind of like TNT was back in the day, you know, where it's when it starts off, you're like it's too much, but then you kind of get into it by like the second song. You know, the David Lee Roth splits in the air on stage and stuff like that. And then Haunt comes on and it's just old school metal guy, you know.
Yeah.
Right on. So John, you're up.
Okay, well, I'm going to slow it down. We talked about this band once, Glowing Brain, Memory Distortion. Cool, but very cool band, kind of heavy doom oriented ambient metal. Hammock. Anybody? Hammock? No.
I think you mentioned him before, but I don't know him.
No, Hammock is a very ambient, very laid back. If you ever need to just relax and close your eyes, or test your stereo. It sounds really great. There's a lot of cool separation. And then we can't leave out Hyrax, Faster Than Death.
Oh, I totally
No.
forgot about the
I
highway.
got-
I didn't.
That's a
I had it
ripper.
there, but I didn't pick it.
And I'll name two more just because
Here it
Hyperdontia.
is.
Hyperdontia has an EP out called Dormant
Hyrax, Faster
Scourge.
Than Death.
They're from Denmark, and they have a new record coming out, so they released like a 2-song EP. And then a band called Caspix, Kaspyx, and they released an EP called Cadaver. It is crushing, fast, ripping death metal. But the hammock is the chill pill, and we all need one every now and then, so that's why I gravitated to that one.
Getting a lot of people saying that the new Hyrax record is fantastic.
Speaking of which,
This was longer though.
can I interject? The Harrison is going to be what, next year?
January. Yeah.
January.
Yeah. That's
Okay,
cool.
I'm pretty excited about that. I've been privy to a couple of tracks, and we've gotten a real positive response. And I'm working on some artwork for Axes of Death, and I'm really
Nice.
excited about it. So
Nice.
Here's a response for you, John. This is such a dangerous show for my wallet. Just ordered that Patriarchs of Black. Dropped some money at Rocks No Life to Metal earlier too.
yep, I'm telling you, there's
Right
just
on.
when you think you have it all, there's something else.
Yeah. Never stops.
Right on. All right, you're up again,
So
Bill.
it's hard for me not to focus on rocks, especially since we got a ton of new releases that actually dropped this Friday on Halloween, and I've been absorbed in them for the last 3 or 4 weeks. So before I'll save those for next round. But right now, the one I'm going to talk to you about, I only have a digital version of. I'm dying for the physical releases to ship from Canada, but there's a lot of stuff going on with the Canada Post Office right now, and they're delayed. And that's the new Dark Angel album.
Yeah.
That album, Scott, I'm sure you've heard the digital version. It's
Yeah, I heard it
just-
once.
It's really good. I've listened
I
to
like
it 3 or 4 times now, and I keep holding out for that vinyl and CD orders to come through. But I know they're coming from Canada, and I've already got the notice that the Canadian Postal Service is still on strike and they're delayed, and they were supposed to be out last month, but they're coming soon. But they sent out the pre-release of the digital version, and that just another great killer. And Hyrax made me think of it because I know they were out on tour with Dark Angel there this last couple months.
I thought the vinyl was going to be released on the 31st.
It was
Finals.
supposed to have shipped already, but it has not shipped from Canada. It's all shipping from Canada, and nothing shipped from Canada yet to the U.S.
Yeah, the Canada Postal Service is still on strike, so they're having issues there. But yeah, I'm hoping it'll get here before the end of the year.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see. Oh, I guess I'm up again. I've got a lot here, so I'm just going to go through a couple real quick. But there's
Do it.
So we got a couple of. So we got. I got that stupid logo next to me here. So we got the new Dead Heat, which is
Excellent.
crossover thrash metal.
I'm
And
the
then we
one
got
that
the
turned
new-
onto that band, and I still haven't bought the new record.
And then the new Clusterfucks, which is also crossover thrash. Really,
from,
really good.
Denver,
Both of them
right?
are good. What's
They're
that?
from Denver, right?
Oh, I don't know.
Cluster or Colorado Springs.
I don't know. Their label is called Beer City Records, which is out of Wisconsin. So I don't know
Right.
where they're from, but
Yeah, they
I've
had
got-
DRI. They had DRI and had a Hyrax record, and they had a Beer City had a lot of cool bands on their label.
yeah. The sticker on this one says "Raging Crossover influenced by DRI, Beat the Bastards, Era Exploited, and Final Conflict." So, but yeah, both these are fantastic. I mean, if you don't see a whole lot of crossover thrash these days, I mean, there's some, but not as much as like the regular. There's a ton of real thrash out there this year. Just like all the rest of these I have here are all thrash metal records. It's crazy how much thrash metal there was this year that came out, and it's all good
unbelievable.
stuff.
Time.
But yeah,
love
it's
thrash.
Dead
Probably
Heat.
one of the best years I've seen in thrash as far as releases.
But both these are well worth picking up if you're into that crossover thrash metal. I mean, it's thrash over with a punk vibe. That's all it is. So anyhow, yeah, I got more, but we'll keep going. We've got a little more time left. So go ahead, Kev.
All right, I'm going to give you 3 here. I've been earlier in the year, I was getting into a lot of female fronted metal, and this was probably one of my favorite ones that came out earlier this year. Was this Lady Beast with Deborah Levine on vocals. I think this is by far the most powerful album that she's actually sang on, and the music they put out, really good release. definitely check them out. I think it's their 6th release now. I think they're out of Pittsburgh. And then Tower, this brand new Tower album they're out of
Oh, cool.
New York City. 3-piece, killer guitars, old traditional school heavy metal. And the last one is band out of Texas, Mean Mistreater. This is a brand new release earlier in the year, and definitely traditional fronting female heavy metal. I mean, I think this is their 2nd release, but 3, if you're into female fronted heavy traditional metal, check those 3 out.
Nice.
Right on. Next.
Yeah, another one that for me that's been in I can't even, what is the name of it? Okay. Another one that's been in heavy rotation for me is the 5th album from Witch Hazel. If you like epic metal, these guys just kill it. They're from the UK. Their 2nd or 3rd record was my record of the year that it came out, and they just haven't stopped putting out great stuff. Highly recommend checking those guys out. There you go. Lamentations, that's the name of the record.
Lamentations.
Do you have that one yet, Scott?
Which one? Yes.
The
Witch Hazel? Yep, absolutely.
I have
Matter
the
of fact-
first, I don't have the last few. I don't have.
I didn't get the vinyl yet, but I got the CD, and you're right. That's a really good album. But I think the one before it, the one I think that you said was your album of the year, that one that came out that year, I loved that one. That one was killer. I think this was just almost as equal.
That was one of those bands. Record 3. I don't remember how I came across them. Maybe I was just screwing around on Bandcamp, and they'll do the monthly, the best metal of the month, and I think it was on one of those. It was their 3rd record, and I liked that clip so much. I bought their first 3 records all in one shot. And at the time, they weren't. You couldn't get U.S. copies of it. They had to come from England. So, luckily at the time, the shipping prices weren't what they are now. But luckily for the last couple albums, they've had U.S. distribution as well as European distribution. So, but yeah, if you guys like epic metal, that's where to go.
Right on. John, what you got for us?
Okay, I love epic metal too, but I also love sludgy ambient death metal, and so Liminal Erosion is one of my favorite new bands. Well, they're actually not new. They're members of Warflurch, Worm, and Plasmodulated, which is they're all Florida bands. But Liminal Erosion in the Time Vulture's Talons, it's a epic, crazy. It's killer production, heavy, and then this one's for Scott. Morbid Angel Dust. They're due a split with Sangre de Idiotas, which is Blood of Idiots, and it's of course grindcore. And then one of the guitarists from Blood Incantation just released a kind of a guitar-driven ambient record with Steve Roach, who's the master of all soundscape and ambience. He and Robert Rich are sensational. But Morris Kolantursky, the album is called Origination. It's got a little more beat and movement to it than the normal Steve Roach or Robert Rich record, and that one is highly, highly recommended. And then a band from Oakland that I really like is called Oramet. They are sweeping Viking folk doom ambient. Well, anyway, they just released a single called Better Off Alone, and they have a full-length record coming out hopefully by the end of the year. So those are my recommendations.
Right on.
Nice.
Right on.
Nice.
What you got going on?
All right, I'm going to break out the Roxx ones. Both of these come out this Friday. I'll start with these. Testimony of Apocalypse, killer new thrash band.
Vinyl for that one, I will definitely be buying that.
Yes, this is the remnants of 80s to 90s thrash band called Sacrament. You might have heard of them back then, but now this is their 3rd album. Great thrash, technical. This new album called Agony in the Garden. They a little bit more experimentation on it. There's actually a song in there that's a little doomy. There's a lot more technical, a little more screaming, growling vocals in this one, but really, really really good metal. And then we also did a repress of their album, The Offering, that's coming out Friday because we sold out of the first pressing. So, and then I've been loving this guy too. This guy's name is Herman Pascual from Spain. He used to sing
Not German, not German, Pasquale.
No, not German, Herman.
Herman.
But he used to sing for Narnia for an album or two. So if you like that Narnia power metal sound, you're gonna absolutely love these albums because he just puts out his first two solo albums here. A New Beginning actually came out in 2010, but it's the first time it's on vinyl now. And then this is just his brand new album here, Beyond All Comprehension. So both coming out.
Why don't you give away another secret about Herman?
We have a brand new album from him that will be coming out in January, the same time as Herrickson, from a band called Bethesda. And Bethesda features Herman on vocals and also the rhythm section of and I'm going to butcher it, Scott. Vinai Domini. So
yeah, it's not just the rhythm section. It's pretty much the whole band minus the
pretty
singer.
much the whole band. Yeah.
It's the bass player, the drummer, and the guitar player.
And the guitar player.
Vinai Domini with Herman singing on it, and I heard the whole album, and it's very different from the Herman, the European power metal stuff. There, it's definitely has more of a 80s heavy metal vibe to me.
Yeah, a little bit
really good,
doomier and sludgy,
and
a little
sludgier
too.
Yeah, a little doomier, sludgier, but it's. I mean, like Vinai Domini, who are very they're progressive, but they're doomy. Anyhow, I'm up, huh? I'm just gonna slam through a few real quick because we're out of time. I just realized how much stuff I have here that's thrash, but Misfire.
Oh, I forgot about the Misfire. Kevin sent me that. I've been playing that a lot this year.
This one will be in my top 10. I've seen this band once live this year, and they're coming back again, which I'm looking forward to seeing. I saw this band this year too, and they're fantastic, but the new Warbringer is great. Yep.
Like the deathy vibe on this too.
Yeah, and it's got hook, which is what which a lot of thrash bands don't have. But the new Sodom is really good. I thought it was a nice return to form. I wasn't really into the last full-length Sodom album. It was okay, but this one here I've been playing quite a bit. This one here was getting a lot of spin too. This is New Sacrifice, Volume 6, and then the new Suicide Angels, which is what Profane Prayer.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then
I love that
for that killer price over on Amazon. I think what was it, $15.95? I think.
I got it for cheap on Amazon.
Something like that. Yeah, I got it. Yeah. The new Nefarious, which I'd love to have on vinyl, but the vinyl is just expensive. I just can't afford it.
That's the Caton.
This is Caton plus Gary Hunholt. Is that what it is?
Hunholt.
Yep, from Exodus and a bunch of other guys from Heathen and Anvil Bitch and other bands like that. But it's just
somebody
straight up thrash
we
metal,
should
really
have
good.
Caton on the show. We've actually had him on the show a couple times.
Yeah, he would have been great on this. I would have loved to have had him on this show too.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go through a few more real quick because but the new Absalon.
Oh, I didn't know there was a new Absalon.
This is their best. I mean, this is honestly their best. It's their heaviest. It's like Queen of the Reich. The whole album. That's kind of what it's like. It's got that Jeff Tatish vocals, but the music is so freaking good and heavy. It's basically his band now is Severed Angel, which also put out a new album this year, and I like them both. Hard to pick a favorite. Two different vocalists, but pretty much the same band. I know there's a couple of different members, but drummers. I know the drummer is the same, and I believe the guitar player as well. Am I right, Bill?
Yep, you're right.
Yeah.
And
but anyhow.
Severed Angel also gave us probably the heaviest Christmas song coming out on our new Christmas CD shortly.
There's the cover.
I love that
side of it.
Nice.
Yeah, it's really it's their best album. Their last two albums were good, but they didn't make my top 30 of the year. That one will make my top 30 of the year. And then quickly, the new Raven,
I forgot about that. Was that
came out this year? Didn't come out on vinyl that I know of. And then last but not least, the new Vindicator.
Yeah, it's on my list.
And then one more. I think this was a great album from them, but this is the new Bride, Vipers and Shadows. Double album, 2 LP set. It's just a, I don't know, great straight up heavy metal, hard rock, whatever you want to call it album. Very much, in their style. They didn't experiment a whole lot on here. They just went for it, and they put out a great double album. So there you go. What you got, Kev? You got any more to show?
Yeah, a few more here. New Condition Critical.
That band rips.
This is a Degeneration Chamber. Great old school 80s thrashing sound. New Cruel Bomb. Actually debut from Cruel Bomb. Crossover thrash. Guys, they're out of I think Tarzana, California. Chemicide. Brand new Chemicide from bands out of Puerto Rico. Fifth album, I believe.
Yep, I almost pulled that one out, but I left it.
And some technical thrash from Poland. You like Anacrusis, like this stuff. Maybe some Riverside. That's all we got.
Right on. Good, all good stuff. Steve, you got any more?
Yeah, I got two more. One's a cheat. But one that probably nobody else will talk about, but the new Deftones record, Private Music.
That's a pretty good record.
Yeah, I love it. They kind of went back to their last couple albums have kind of been uninspired. They've been okay, not great though.
It sounds a lot like Around the Fur.
Yeah, I would say it's kind of between Around the Fur and a little bit of White Pony in there too.
Okay.
Definitely more aggression than their last couple albums. I've been spinning this a lot though. And then this one's kind of a cheat because it's a reissue. It was I don't remember what year this was. One of you guys can tell me. But the Anger is Art self-titled. This was it 91 when this came out? It might have been later.
I can't remember the year on the top of that one, but yeah, that was the first.
It was 91.
But this was Steve Gaines. I think was it originally called Steve Gaines? I don't think it was Anger is Art originally, was it?
Yeah, it's always been Anger is Art.
Oh, was okay.
Yeah, originally it was.
It's basically Steve Gaines doing everything, and Rob Caldwell just did a killer job remixing it. It sounds fantastic.
Got it on my
wall that as well.
Yeah, I've played that one a lot. I like that album to begin with, but I don't know what Rob did. But Rob always tells me they make the pancakes. I just put on the syrup. Well, pancakes without syrup are dry, and he put the syrup on that one for sure.
And those Abattoir records are both two of the most underrated records of the 80s, and that's probably the closest thing that he's released to the Abattoir stuff is that first record. So
dogs.
Somebody's doggies there.
Yeah, the puppies are playing.
No, we're gonna keep it PG-13. My turn.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna go out on my shield like I'm always want to do. Peeling Flesh.
Thanks.
I don't know why I like these guys, but probably for the same reason I like Bio Noise Generator. But they put out like three like EPs, just like we're goading you, because they put out the G Code, which was really good, but it's Slamaholics mixtape, the PF Radio 1 and 2, and one called Human Pudding, which is my favorite. We talked about Pentagram already. Frenolith from Sweden put out Ashen Tomb. Really killer stuff. Russian three-piece band called The Restoned put out a single called The Loom, but it also had 7 live tracks on it that are absolutely killer. It's like a greatest hits. And then I would be remiss if I didn't mention Sanguisugabog, the Hideous Aftermath record. It is absolutely astounding. They've got little features with Peeling Flesh with Travis Ryan from Cattle Decapitation on there. And then one that probably nobody even knew that came out, Scour, Phil Anselmo's black metal project with guys from Pig Destroyer and all that. Scour Gold, and it's really good. I got to see it performed at the Milwaukee Metal Fest because he was there with Down and did a Scour set. The Stone Trip Fame and Beautiful You 7-inch. There, and they have a new record coming out, I guess. Scott, have you heard anything about Stone Trip?
Yes, but nothing I can say online yet because I need to talk to Bill Bafford first.
Okay, and then 2 more because we already talked about Vindicator and we already talked about Steve Roach. Terror Corps from Houston. They put out an EP called Systems of Apocalypse. It is absolutely brutal. That is Dauber Beverly and crew from Dauber, who used to play in Insect Warfare, Malignant Altar, Oceans of Slumber. That's still a project. And then the album that's coming out is called Ash Eclipses Flesh. And then my boys from Longview, Texas, just released Tribal Gaze, just released Inveighing Brilliance. And it is absolutely a crusher. And shout out to TJ Lewis, because the first time I ever saw Tribal Gaze, I'd never heard them, but he came up to me and he said, just buy everything on their table because they're that good. So I did. I bought everything on the table: vinyl, tape, CD, T-shirt, and I couldn't have been more happy because they are absolutely heinous. They're brutal. It's great. So Tribal Gaze, Inveighing Brilliance, Terror Corp, Systems of Apocalypse. Look for those. And then that Scour Gold is really, really good. If you like that, I think he's released white, silver, and red, but gold is just absolutely that. It's gold. So look for that one. That one's going to wind up on my top 20 list probably. It's that good.
Right on. Well, you're our guest, Bill. You got any more to show?
Last one, I'll keep it brief, other than a couple of pre-orders I'm waiting for in November, I'll mention real quick. But this one's also coming up Friday, and Scott knows what a huge fan I am of this band. So Vengeance Rising, it's a reissue, but it's actually the first time it's ever been on vinyl, the anthology. We lost Roger Martinez this year, so we made the anthology into a tribute to Mr. Roger Martinez. So the CD has a bonus track on it that we couldn't fit on the vinyl, but it's basically an interview from a compilation that came out in the late 80s, early 90s.
The vinyl also has a four-page insert in it.
Correct.
Yeah, and it's got it's a blood red vinyl, really, really bloody red vinyl.
Yeah.
But in any case, cool.
And then I've got two new pre-orders that I've listened to, but the physical media comes next month because I'm a Striper nerd. Striper putting out their first Christmas album, and then I'm looking forward to the Judas Priest. They did a quick little CD for fundraiser for a cover of Black Sabbath. So that's really good. If you haven't heard that song yet, Judas Priest and Ozzy together, that's a really good song. There you go.
On. I'm just putting up some of the rest of the comments real quick here. I miss Rob.
I miss Rob.
Just kidding.
Too.
We love Rob. And Rob
it was Rob that put that. It was Rob that put that comment.
No. He's retired like me. Now he's doing more than he's ever done in his life, and he's not available for anything.
I'm just kidding around. We love Rob. So
I was kidding.
And then finally, the new Void album's great, William. It's really, really good speed thrash metal, whatever you want to call it. So anyhow, well, that's it for this this edition. We crammed through a lot.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Appreciate it. Oh, you're always welcome, Bill. Always welcome to be on the show. Thanks for coming on. I know you had to take off from work a little bit because we're all on the at least an hour or more away from you. So you had to. Yeah, I think it's 5 o'clock where most of us are. I'm at 4 o'clock when we started, and you're at 3, I believe. So
yeah, I'm getting all of you. It's 7 o'clock here. So
Cape May, New Jersey, 7 o'clock there. Huh? That's right. You're on the East Coast. So
anyhow,
so we're all different time zones. So but we're all still metalheads. That's all this thing is just a bunch of guys talking metal, and that's what it is. So
that's what we do.
What we talk about anyway.
Except when we're talking about the Dodgers winning the World Series. But I digress. What a game last night.
Hey, you can tie metal back into that. Well, not metal, maybe, but hard rock. Geddy Lee was at the World Series game in Canada. There,
of course, he's a season ticket holder for Toronto, and I like Toronto. But man, I've been a Dodger fan since I was a kid.
Nice.
And Shohei Ohtani is.
Oh, yeah.
I read an article the other day where they were saying Shohei Ohtani may be the greatest baseball player of all time, and it was a pretty good argument for that.
They already categorized him as the greatest on the MLB network. Anyway, they did that.
Yeah,
I'm glad I'm not the only one that thinks that.
My wife and I were watching the game last night, and having that same conversation. Hey, we're watching like one of the baseball legends right now.
Yep. Anyway,
I mean, who else other than Babe Ruth is pitching the way he's pitching and knocking 3 out of the park in one game? It just doesn't happen consistently doing that.
So. Well, we've got. I want to thank Bill for coming on the show. You can find Bill on YouTube at Roxx Records. You can also find him on Bill Roxx on Facebook. You can find Kevin on YouTube at Old Metal Rocker 66. It's still Metal
And
Rocker 66, right?
You can check out Metal Uprising over on Facebook.
Right on. And you just uploaded a few new videos today, I believe. I know I saw one of them. So you can find let's see, where are you? You can find Steve on YouTube at Harmless Rebel. You can find him Steve Bodina on Facebook as well. And I think he's on Instagram as well. I'm almost positive I saw you on Instagram.
Rebel.
Oh, look who's calling me from the road.
Oh.
Hang on a second. Hold on 1 second, Ron K.
Yeah, all good.
Right on. All right, you can find where we leave off at.
John.
John. You can find John on Instagram at CarcassJohnR and
128 DB Rock Radio. Download the
Right
free app and you can hear the Crypt and you can hear Carcass John's alter ego. In fact, this week I have a special Crypt show that's all Halloween related. And you can just put it on and it would be the soundtrack for your party. So please.
Or there'll be some Creeper on there.
Creeper I didn't get the Creeper in time, but it'll have a lot of creepy stuff on it for sure.
Right on. Well, you can find me on Instagram at New Life to Metal. You can find me on YouTube on New Life to Metal, or just search under Scott Waters. So for episode number 288, Metal will prevail. There you go. And then you screwed it up. You got to do it over again all by yourself.